I went into Target this weekend to see what kind of Pokemon products are out there. And it was surreal. The shelves were fully stocked. And I'm seeing that more and more often. There are a ton of products being printed right now. People have enough product out there to get basically everything they want, with the exception of some really limited edition types of boxes. So it was amazing. But what was most surprising to me was there was still, in 2022, a bunch of adults standing around checking the prices on their phone to buy them and flip them. And this is a message I want to send to the flippers. There is not much money in Pokemon product if you're flipping it. Even if you're a retail store and you're buying sealed, unless you get the absolute best pricing imaginable and you're turning tremendous volume. Because you're not making that much per box and you're not making that much per pack. So it blows my mind that scalpers are willing to clear out an entire store to make a few dollars an item. And it is absolutely hurting the hobby. So I go to Walmart, I go to Target, I check those stores out. I am not a frequent flyer by any means. And if I see 10 boxes there and I really want to build a position in it, generally speaking, I will go check online first and see if what I'm seeing there in terms of product means that there's universally more product of that type and I can get it cheaper elsewhere. If I really want to get it in that moment, for whatever reason that may be, if there's 10 boxes, the most I'm taking is 4. More like 2, because it is essential. And it's also just the right thing to do to leave those products for kids, for people who play the game, people who need to have access to this stuff, that it's important to them. But where the essential comes in, it's essential for the hobby that people are not hoarding and marking up the prices on this stuff. So the reason why Pokemon has maintained its tremendous standing for 25 years is because generationally, people have a connection with this game. They have a connection with the packs, with the video games, with the characters. And they have those connections because they were able to create these memories as kids. And if they're not able to get the product, they're not going to be creating these memories. So when they turn into adults, they're not going to have that sort of interest or engagement. And they're not going to have something to share and pass down to their kids. So there's this lineage, if you will, going back to the beginning of Pokemon. And where adults get interested, kids get interested, and then they keep passing it on. And it just keeps going. And now it's the most popular it's ever been. And people being selfish, and I appreciate the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate making money. I totally do. But this is not the right way to do it. It is not the most profitable way to make money. There's a million other things that can be sold that can be a lot better. If you want to be selling cards and be a card seller, get into vintage, sell singles, create things. Because that's one of the most fun things with being a store, is you get to create new products to offer people. You get to find these really elusive cards. But buying out all these collector's boxes, buying out all the ETBs, buying out the booster boxes, and then breaking them down or just selling them as a sealed product for 100% markup is completely unethical, for one. And for two, it's just not the right way to go about making money. It's not. I am so incredibly opposed to the scalping mentality with Pokemon cards and trading card games in general. It's extremely myopic. You know, I know a handful of people who have gotten into it in 2020 and they really want to hustle. And it's different if you own a store, okay? It's different if you cannot get the product from distribution. I totally understand that. That's necessity, right? I don't sell sealed product at all. I don't, but I have friends who do and who own stores. And it's probably not ideal for them either to be going to GameStop, going to Target, just loading up on all this product. The margins are not great, but they've got to keep their doors open, right? But for everybody else who's looking to make a quick buck, please stop focusing on Pokemon cards. not for the flip. As long as there's enough product going around, it doesn't even matter. And Pokemon Company is printing more than I think they have in a very long time. So that is absolutely incentive not to be scalping it. If you're loading up unsealed product and your confidence going to be turning, well, when the prices drop 25%, 20 to 25%, like they did in Chilling Reign, right, on sealed product, you're going to be left holding garbage. Beautiful, beautiful Pokemon cards, but Pokemon cards that are not worth what you paid for them. And your short-term flip is going to turn into a long-term investment or a short-term capital loss. It's going to be one of those two. That is the way it will absolutely work currently with Sword and Shield. But please, if you're scalping, if you're going into a store and you're buying out everything they have, just keep in mind, you can get it cheaper online. You're taking products away from kids and you are hurting the hobby. There's got to be access to Pokemon cards if Pokemon cards will have the next 25 years be as good as the last 25 years.